guys, Jamie Lynn from Heartfelt Horsemanship here, and this is Princess, my chestnut, my thoroughbred, my mare. This will be Princess's 4th hour of training with me. She's had a few days off with all of this COVID nonsense and us having to isolate. You know, sort of our program and schedule fell off the rail while we were planning to lock ourselves down for a while. So we are back to work. My project has had a few days off, and with her being so green, I don't really know what kind of stuck from last week's sessions to now. So I'm not going to take a chance and just move on to the next step that I would like to do. I need to make sure that what I put in there last week has actually been learned, or I'm going to end up with a great big hole in my program and probably be hurt. The reason why I'm discussing this with you guys is we've had some questions with students studying our correspondence course sitting at home going, well, what do I do with my horse if I haven't seen them for 3 weeks? When I go back at the end of this 21 days, do I need to start at square one with my horse? And my answer is absolutely. If you skip those steps, the whole idea of Module 1 and the 4 core movements and having the basics of the 4 core movements in place is so you have an idea of where your horse is at. You actually have a physical readout of where your horse is at, what they remember, how they felt about the last session, and you'd really be doing your horse and yourself a disservice, as well as putting yourself in a really dangerous situation, but trying to pick up where you were on your last ride. So what I want to show you is I want to show you where Princess is at. I'm going to go through my basic 4 core movements just to kind of get a readout of what has stuck in there and what hasn't stuck. And you're gonna, I think you're gonna see that she's probably not as smooth as she was in our last video. And that's what I intend on working on today before I work on saddling, before I work on doing Accept the Human, me laying over her back and possibly sitting up on her. I need to make sure all of those things are really, really good. So if I don't go back to step 1, I'm never going to know if there are any holes in my program. So a lot of people feel defeated about returning to step 1. I feel like every day is a new opportunity to return to step 1 because my horse might be in a different place than they were yesterday. And sometimes we're in a different place than we were yesterday. If I spend a lot of time studying at night, I usually bring my horse back a better human in the morning. So I'm going to go through my movements and then I'll come back and chat a little bit more. Okay guys, well I hope you can see that Princess certainly is not ready to accept a rider at the beginning of our session. And trying to start there would have been foolish. The things that I saw that need work is I want her to be a little more focused. I want her to be a lot more responsive. I'm still having to go to fairly high phases. So before I go put the saddle on, I'm going to go and tune up my lightness and make sure that I can get my phases to be lighter. Her disengagements were okay, but the thing that I didn't like the most, and it's something that I feel like is going to be a serious issue to work on to help this horse, is that she tends to pull a little bit. Now she's willing to pull on me down here. If she doesn't have an appropriate response to pressure at the pull down here, by the time that I hop on her back and I attempt to teach her the one rein stop, I'm probably not going to get any lateral flexion. And if I can't get lateral flexion, I can't get a one rein stop. If I can't get a one rein stop, I'm not going to get a good disengagement. And if I can't get those things, I have no business being on the horse's back. So, to answer your question, start at the beginning every day, every ride. Work your way up from step one. When you do this, you tend to sweep out all of the little problems that you may have picked up along the way. Through repetition, your horse is going to know what is expected of them. As your horses advance, you will be able to have higher expectations for when you choose to get on their back. You'll be able to expect a lot more of them. If you don't ever go back to step one, how do you ever expect to be able to measure your progress? You know, if you've just started my program, you know, step 1 and 2 sometimes are really frustrating to people. That's the backup and the disengagement. If we don't have those good, we don't have anything else good, and we can't get ourselves to safety. So some food for thought is make your good better and your better best. And then repeat the process and keep going. We don't want a bunch of mediocrity, we want excellence in line, so keep trying. And if you can't be with your horses right now, I'm really sorry for that. Do keep an eye on our YouTube channel and our Instagram posts. We're going to be sharing a lot of what we're doing with you. And as you guys have questions, if you guys are interested in starting the course on your downtime, you can at least do some reading and some practical practice at home. Let us know, send us an email, heartfeltkzn@gmail.com, and we'll see you guys tomorrow. Thank you so much.